Hello everybody, hope you're enjoying your day, and we're here on Minecraft Dungeons. We're going to the tower. Last night we were able to get to the point of adventure mode by beating the Arch-Illager. We were on default, and now we're on adventure. We mastered the default setting of this 30-floor tower yesterday, and today we're gonna see what it takes to get through on adventure mode. So with the first actual floor done, seems like they hit a lot harder. You gotta be more proactive on your potions rather than reactive. And you got a lot more dodging to do. They hit pretty hard. So those little tower turret things, the fall damage is greatly increased and a lot more frequent. So you got to make sure you stay away from the projectiles that they shoot, and also get rid of them as soon as you can. Alright, hopefully you guys could hear me before now, but I think the volume settings were a little bit too loud, so we adjusted that. So yeah, anyway, those tower things on this level, they shoot those things out a lot more frequently, and when you get hit, it throws you up in the air and you take a lot of fall damage. You need to target those immediately or dodge the projectiles until they disappear. Otherwise you're gonna be, they're gonna string you into fall damage and you're not gonna do anything about it except die. So just keep that in mind on this level if you come across this level. I like the llama to start out because it gives the enemies another target, but you can focus on choosing which target to get rid of first without getting surrounded. That level is just straightforward hack and slash. Get rid of the easiest ones to take out first, and you shouldn't have any trouble at all. So for this one, I like to take the bee nest armor, because every time you get hit, it'll generate up to 3 bees, which will give enemies even more targets to focus on rather than you. And it also increases your DPS. And for this one, I just go with the enchantment point. You want to stack as many of them enchantment points as you can, so that the gear that you ultimately end up with is as good as it can get. You're gonna want to get used to strategically rolling out of the way, especially the creepers. As soon as they start blinking, just roll out of there. That's the easiest way to handle the creepers, especially when you have other targets on you. And this one, I like to take this burst crossbow. Let me just double check. Yes, we're gonna do that. Or for this level, if you notice, those little shaggy guys that do the little... They actually summon a lot of tentacles. They summon some ones that do ranged DPS on you, and they also summon some that will surround you. So you want to get rid of those guys as soon as you can, and really make sure you get your targeting down. For this one, if you're more comfortable, you could take Soul Healer, but since we have limited soul collection for the moment, I just skip it to get the extra enchantment point and just stay extra careful for the time being. So... You notice how I got rid of those other guys first, and then the drowns were just kind of a piece of cake. So that's why I was saying you got to be very committed to knowing when those things pop out and target them as quickly as possible. The burst arrow crossbow is awesome for that. And for this one, I also just take the enchantment point, because none of these things are anything that I'm going to end up with ultimately, although some could argue that corrupted thing could be useful, but I prefer just grabbing an enchantment point early on. For that one, just pretty much avoid all the fire. Do not stand in the fire. Roll out of it. Don't get hit by the other blue things or anything, and just use your burst crossbow and work them down. Alright, so we're going to try it a different way. And I came across something that I want to try out. So we're going to try this broken saw blade. Potentially. No. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. Scratch that. But I do want to try that. So we're going enchantment point. In this particular tower, there are 3 different merchants, and we're going to go with everything on the crossbow. And since we're committing to the crossbow, we can go into the enchantments here. You can either do the fire aspect twice, which will stack, or you could do this. We're gonna try this out. The fused shot, every 3rd shot explodes, dealing 100%. That's gonna help you clear out AoE mobs pretty quickly, and then commit it. Anything that's already been hit, and a lot of the mobs are gonna take way more than 1 hit, so we're gonna go commit it, and we're gonna get that bonus damage once we get 4 more enchantment points. This is why I say stack up on your enchantment points, because you want to enchant this, your armor, and your melee weapon. That didn't go too well. This is one of the hardest. Alright, bear with me here. We're gonna do another enchantment point. Just kinda gotta roll with the punches here, because it's a little tough until you get really set up. And you gotta make the most of your points while you can early. Alright, so you can, depending on your playstyle, you can either choose the Flaming Quiver to help you burst some things down, but it doesn't last long. Or you can get the Buzzy Nest, which gives you even more bees to work with. So you constantly have a flow of bees surrounding and protecting and doing damage for you. Yeah, that level's just pure mayhem. Alright, here it's tempting to double your health, but we're gonna keep suffering and struggling through this. And we're gonna take this harvester, which does a lot of burst explosion damage. Also, we're gonna finish enchanting this fuse shot. Or I mean, committed. For this level, make sure you come up and grab the supply box. Definitely gonna need those arrows. And just kind of make sure you stay back from those mage guys. They like to do a wind knockback on you. This music gets really loud. Okay, so here you could either take the enchantment point, which we do need, or you could take this katana to help you take care of some things that get close to you. So just to make it a little easier on ourselves, we're going to finally upgrade our weapon to the katana. So those wizard guys have some really nasty damage, and getting hit by that and also caught in a crossfire of creepers because they come two at a time and from different directions. You want to kite them all the way up to the top of that staircase. There's a barrier there that they cannot shoot through, so it gives you a line of sight advantage, and just kind of keep dodging through and That's why you have so many bees and your llama to help you kind of slowly DPS them things down and take the brunt of the damage. And here we're just going to take another enchantment point. This one's easy, just don't fall in this water. Alright, so now we could either keep this and get another enchantment point, which it gets increasingly more difficult, or we can upgrade our bee's nest armor just to keep that ball rolling. Is what I prefer to do. Alright, so we're at 90 times 3 range damage here. We've got accelerated fire rate, fast multiple projectiles. We're like super speed on this burst crossbow. And now we more than doubled 200 from 90 to 222 times 3 range damage. Alright, this is one of the hardest ones, so watch and learn. Basically, you use these walls here to kind of bottleneck them. You can take care of them however you want. And it also gives you that line of sight advantage to avoid their range damage. And the explosion artifact helps you because you're close quarters being surrounded on all sides. This one is just another enchantment point that we're definitely going to need. We're at floor 18, so we're limited on how many more enchantment points we can get. Make sure you thin out the herd before you cross, open up the bridge to cross there. And then just get across there once that's done and clean them up. Whoop. The creepers are the main threat, so just be on your toes while rolling and avoiding. Here again, we'll take the extra enchantment point. Now this boss is a lot more difficult than on default setting. Biggest thing you gotta worry about is keeping your breath topped off and avoiding everything else. Make sure you line of sight that beam there. And then he also summons another guardian, I believe, with the bigger one. And he alternates sides. Well, that time he didn't summon the bigger guardian. I wonder if it's because I got rid of the, something happened differently. I'm not sure why, but it went pretty well. Alright, nothing useful to our cause here, so enchantment point. And just make sure you kind of use your line of sight advantage here on that big wizard guy. And then, you know, every chance you get an opportunity, just crack them. And if you have enough bees rolling, they make pretty easy work of them anyway. But the explosion on the burst crossbow is really helpful taking down large groups of mobs. Alright, I believe that this is the melee weapon that we're going to ultimately end up with. 736, 414 to 736, that's about twice as strong. So we're going to replace the katana with that, forego the extra enchantment point, just so that we have at least a fighting chance. But it's already unique, so we're going to ensure that our burst crossbow goes from rare to unique. Soul's critical boost, I'm not sure what that does, but let me check. I'm wondering if it just makes your critical hit damage for soul damage stronger, in which case it's going to help this harvester a lot. So we'll see how it goes. Now, another way that you could go, rather than this Soul Hunter crossbow that we created, is you could wait and just get this slicer and then throw enchantments on it. But as you can see, it looks like we have more damage overall on the Soul Hunter crossbow. But this one does have some nice enchantments, so it's up to you. You could do it either way. And then you could focus on a melee weapon earlier on, which is why I was talking about the saw blade. I want to try the saw blade out. But yeah, we'll do another run on that here. So I think our llama's getting kind of outdated, and we're gonna just take this love medallion and replace the llama with the love medallion. That way we can convert some enemies to our side to take more hits for us. So you get up to 3 of them. So you got 3 more targets to divert damage away from you, plus 3 more targets that are on par with the targets that we're after to do some fighting for you. So I think it's a lot more damage and a lot more cannon fodder overall than the llama, despite the 30-second cooldown. Your main focus in that battle should be those blue spirit guys. Looks like they do some massive AoE soulfire, and you don't want to stand in that, so avoid it, and also kill them as quickly as you can. But the demonstration on that medallion, you saw that whole group I didn't even have to worry about, and the group killed the other guys, and then once they were done, they died. So that was awesome. So as you can see with the medallion and then the harvester, you can make quick work of a very large group by converting some and then roll them with that group while they're taking all the hits, and then you just explode half the group off the map and you have nothing to worry about. At this point, you could choose to take this lightning rod and replace the harvester with it, but you've got a lot more limitation with that, and it's a very small, isolated area, and honestly, I don't see it being as beneficial as the harvester anyway. So enchantment point it is. Just be careful on that level. Don't get caught up into too much crossfire while you're rolling in there to subdue and blow them up. Make sure you have an escape plan and just sit back and right up on them steps over there. Take them out one by one. Make sure your health is topped off and you'll be good. Also, the other thing that I wanted to mention, since we have this harvester situation, that's why I chose that burst crossbow, the Soul Hunter crossbow, because it gives you +2 on soul gathering. So you're constantly gathering them souls up. If you're using the crossbow, you can kill pretty much anything in this tower with 1 or 2 quick bursts, and you're getting souls, and then you're going to explode everything else. And this, we're just going to skip over to the enchantment point. We're going to need it. We've only got a couple more floors to go. On that map, you just kind of want to take your height advantage and shoot down at them and explode and convert them as you see fit. Now we're gonna upgrade our Buzzy Nest. 554 summon damage, so more than double. So now our bees are gonna be insane. They're gonna be insane. Now this is one that we could play around with, and I think we're going to try it this way. Because we do want an armor upgrade. We've got 766, and we're getting like over 1,000 boost to our health here. But this also has the bees on it, if you so choose. But it also lets you reset your artifact cooldown when you use your potion. So that means that, you know, if you used your medallion, whether you need health or not, use your potion, that medallion will be reset. Or if you lose your bees early, you know, you reset your cooldown. I think it works on the bees nest. We'll find out. This one you can either boost your soul damage, or what I like to do is the chilling, because when anything gets close to you, it can't get close enough to hit you. I don't think we need all of that speed though. And then with Tumblebee, it grants you bees when you roll. You could do multi-roll with that and constantly have bees, or you could do the burning, which, if everything's chilled, can't reach you, and it's burning at the same time, you're going to be pretty effective. So let's go with the burning, every half a second. And I gotta double check, but I don't think there's any other weapon that we're gonna go with, so we're gonna focus on the enchantments here too. But I kind of like to wait until the end to see how everything plays out with the armor. We could do another passive AoE with the poison cloud. And then I guess with that one thing we can reduce the cooldown time on our potion. Let's go with the poison cloud. And then we should be able... No, I think we're gonna go with... I think we're gonna go with the shockwave. Guess it doesn't really matter. That worked beautifully. I've never had that battle go so smoothly. And I think it's all because of the chilling armor. The chilling and the burning. That's a winner. The other alternative is you could choose any one of these armors. I mean, you could go with the bees there, you know, or any of these armors you could make work somehow, some way. But I really like that chill effect. And the burning. So, we'll just have one more enchantment point here. See what we could do with it. We could either do the shockwave, which I don't think we're going to be doing a lot of melee anyway. We could reduce our potion by 1 second, or we could decrease mob speed some more. So yeah, no, we can't do that. Let's go with the shockwave. Just a little bit of extra damage. Oh, whoops, I thought we were already on the last floor, so I guess we could have actually added more chilling after this, but it doesn't really matter. Plus, you could decide to save all of those enchantment points and then grab one of these armors too, just like the last. But yeah. So I guess we have 2 wasted enchantment points. And a wasted harvester. Quick and easy. Now, if you don't have the right gear and the right enchantments, that fight takes a lot longer and is a lot more deadly. So, hopefully this helped anybody that's watching this. I don't know if all the towers are the same for everybody for each week, but if this is the same tower that you're running, I hope this guide can help you get through it. Thank you so much, and enjoy.